Hello friends, today we are going to discuss deformation of a body of a stepped cross section due to an axial load. In last lecture, we have studied deformation of a body due to an axial load. There might be same cross sectional area. Now here the applied force is same. See here, applied force is same 20 kilonewton on both sides, but the cross sectional area is different. You know the formula dl is equal to dl1 plus dl2 plus dl3, and we know the formula for this dl, that is delta L is equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3, and delta L is nothing but PL upon AE, that is applied force, total length of that particular cross section, area and Young's modulus. Here P is same throughout, so P is equal to P1 is equal to P2 is equal to P3 is equal to 20 kilonewton. But area 1, area 2 and area 3 is different. This is circular cross section. So, area 1 is pi by 4 d1 square, this is d1 is 12 mm, d2 is 30 mm diameter and d3 is 22 mm. Let me confirm. Yes, 12 mm, 30 mm and 22 mm. Fine. So, P1 is same throughout, L1 is 1200, L2 is L1 is 1200, 1200, L2 is 2000 mm and L3 is 1800 mm. Young's modulus E is given as 1 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So, our formula for delta L becomes PL1 upon A1E plus PL2 upon A2E plus PL3 upon A3E. You can put P common, L1 A1E plus L2 A2E plus L3 A3E. Force is tensile in nature, so it is simple to calculate using this formula. I am giving you this example as an assignment. The formula I have put down, delta L is P in common into bracket L1 upon A1E plus L2 upon A2E plus L3 upon A3E. You have to find out the answer delta L. Obviously, the force applied is tensile in nature, so obviously the delta L is extension or increase in length. You have to find out delta L. The next topic is temperature, stresses and strain in uniform bar, or it is also known as thermal stresses. Before going to this topic, let us think about the rise in temperature. Then if a body is free to expand or contract, then it may expand, and due to this expansion no stresses are developed. But if the temperature changes, is restricted, the bar is put in some holder from both the side, then stresses are developed due to this change in temperature. These are known as thermal stresses. Almost all the metals are very prone for thermal stresses more or less. If this expansion or contraction due to temperature variation is partially or fully prevented by application of forces like keeping these in some holder, then stresses are induced in the body, such stresses are known as thermal stresses or temperature stresses, and corresponding strain due to these thermal stresses are called as temperature strains. Let the body of uniform section and length L be heated through small T degree temperature. The length of body will increase depend on its coefficient of linear expansion alpha. Alpha is expressed in per degree centigrade. The increase in length due to increase in temperature when the body is free to expand will be given by a formula delta L is equal to alpha into T into L, where alpha is coefficient of thermal expansion expressed in per degree centigrade, change in temperature. How change in temperature? Because if initially it is at 0 degree, say not at room temperature 0 degree, and then if we heated it to 50 degree centigrade, then final minus initial temperature, that is at 50 degrees centigrade. And L is original length, that is expressed in millimeter or meter, and hence delta L would be in millimeter or meter. Now, if this expansion due to increase in temperature is prevented by applying some external force, that is compressive force, or by fixing the body through the fixtures like rigid support, then compressive stress and compressive strain will be induced in the body. That compressive strain E, that means regular strain, E is change in length upon original length. It is given by change in length upon original length. Change in length we have studied delta L is alpha T into L. So, alpha T into L upon L, L gets cancelled. So, strain is equal to alpha into T. Obviously, as we have studied, strain have no unit. Therefore, thermal strain here, thermal strain E is equal to alpha into T. Now, we know Hooke's law that states within elastic limit stress is directly proportional to strain and Young's modulus is equal to stress upon strain. So, stress is nothing but Young's modulus into strain. So, let us write down. According to Hooke's law, stress is equal to Young's modulus into strain. Therefore, stress is equal to E, capital E into alpha into T. Therefore, thermal stress sigma is equal to Young's modulus into coefficient of thermal expansion into change in temperature. Obviously, stress is having unit Newton per mm square or Newton per meter square or megapascal. So, this is all about thermal stress and strain.